Good morning, everyone. Today I'll be presenting an in-depth look at one of the most significant works of African literature, Things Fallen Apart by Chinua Achebe. This novel is not just a story, but a profound exploration of the clash between traditional African cultures and the Western colonialism. Let's start by discussing the author here, then move on the setting down here, and the main character, main periods of plot, and the key themes. First, the author, Chinua Achebe, born in Nigeria in 1930, is a name synonym with African literature. He was not only the writer, but also a poet and critic, and is widely regarded as one of the most important African writers of the 20th century. Achebe was often explores the complex dynamics between Western colonial forces and traditional African society. His most renowned novel, Things Fallen Apart, captured this theme poignantly, depicting and the disintegration of equal society under British colonial rule. Achebe's story is a bridge connect a reader with the rich, intricate cultures of Africa while also highlighting the destructive impact of colonialism. Next part, the setting. Thing Falling Apart is set in the fictional Igbo village in Umofia in Nigeria during the late 19th century, a period marked by the early stage of British colonial rule. Umofia is portrayed as a vibrant community deeply rooted in tradition with a strong emphasis on custom, belief, and social hierarchies. The village is governed by a council of elders who uphold the values of honor, courage, masculinity. The setting is not just a backdrop but a character in itself, reflecting the complexity and the challenges of the maintaining cultures identified in the face of external forces. Next one, the main character. The protagonist of The Thing Falling Apart is a Congo, a powerful and respected warrior in Umofia. A convert is a man driven by a deep set of fears of failure and the burning desire to distance himself from the memory of his weak and lazy father. This fear fuels his obsession with strength success, will ultimately become his undoing. Unconquered is multi-faced character. He's brave, industrious, and loyal to his community, but he's also a proud, impulsive, and often violent. His character is intricately linked into the gem, a symbol of fierty and pros- prosperity in cultures. The gem represents unconquered strength and his ability to provide his family, but has also symbolized his fall down and his obsession with success led him into conflict in the changing world around him. Next part is the main pillars of plot. The story of Thing Falling Apart is divided into three key periods in Unconquered's life. First, this part, early success and rise to power. As a young boy, Unconquered is determined to be nothing like his father. He excelled in wrestling, become renowned fighter, and a wealthy influencer leader in his village. He marries his three wives and has many children. and gained great respect in Eumophia for his strength and leadership. Second part, this here, this here, exile and reflection. A Kongwa life takes dynamic turn when he accidentally killed a clan member during a ceremonial event. In Igbo culture, this is a great offense, and Unconquer is sentenced to exile for 7 years. During his uh, during his exile in his mother village, Mbenta, Unconquer experienced a different way of life, one that is more peaceful and reflective. However, this period of exile also alienate him from his home and the changing world of Eumovia. Third part, also a final part, returning, this here, returning in traffic downfall. Upon returning Eumovia, Akon will find his village transformed by the influence of white missionaries and the colonial rulers. Traditional custom and the belief he once knew are being eroded, and Conway attempt to resist these changes isolate him further, leading him to increased anger and desperation. His finally act of defense a confrontation with a colonial messenger, and in strategy, Kong will take his own line and find a final strategy symbol of collapse in the old order and in irrevocable changes brought by colonialism. The final part is the themes at the heart at the heart of things falling apart is the theme of conflict between Western colonialism and traditional African ways of life. Achieve masterfully illustrates the devastating impact of British colonialism on equal society as the missionaries and colonial as the missionary and colonial rulers impose their values and beliefs, undermining the culture's foundation of indigenous people. The novel delves into the complexity of culture, identify the struggle of his powers and strategic consequence of resistance in a world that rapidly changing. For the conclusion, Thing Falling Apart is not just a novel. It is a powerful narrative that captures the essences of the society at the crossroads caught between the past and uncertain future. Through Unconquered story, a chibi invited to reflect on the fragility of the cultural tradition in the face of external pressures and the human cost of colonialism. It is the time-lapse work that continues to resonate with the readers around the world, remind us to importance of understanding and preserving cultural heritage. Thank you for your attention. I hope this presentation that has given you a deeper insight into the Chino achieves the thing forms part and its enduring significance in literature and history. I hope you could find this book and read it one time. It's really interesting. Thank you for listening.